Okay, I'm going to call this take 2. As you can see, I had a bunch of stuff written down but had to erase. So here we go. You will always start the next by saying, can I make it simpler? This will be the key. If you forget to make it simpler, will we eventually get the same answer? Yes. Making things simpler will help in the long run. So I'm going to ask myself, can I make this trinomial simpler? Well, I noticed there is a greatest common factor of 4, so I will factor 4 out of each term. So I'm left with x squared plus 6x plus 8. Now, like we were doing in the last lesson, notice that A is 1, B is 6, C is 8. Therefore, we may use the x to try to find the term. I'm looking for two numbers that add to 6, but those same two numbers that multiply to positive 8. We're becoming very good at this, so we know it's plus 2 and plus 4. Add to 6, multiply to 8. Now, when we write our answer, do not forget about the 4 we factored out. That belongs in the front. And I would have x plus 4 times x plus 2. Remember to drop down the greatest common factor. It is not the same if you omit that part from your answer. You would not get back to that standard form. So as we approach the next problem, you're going to ask yourself, can we make it simpler? Do we have to? No. But will it make your life easier? Yes, it will make it simpler. The greatest common factor here is 3. So I will factor, distribute backwards, and I will end with that. Because the A term is 1, we may do what we were doing in the last section. I need two numbers that add to 6, but multiply to negative 27. And I did mean negative 6 there. So I need two numbers that add to negative 6, multiply to negative 27. Not forgetting about the greatest common factor I took out to make it simpler. I would have x plus 3 times x minus 9, dropping down the greatest common factor in the front. Okay, so what do we do when A, B, and C don't have common factors? When you can't make it simpler, what do we do? Well, what I would like you to do for a minute is think about and practice these two problems. These are the solutions we will be looking for in a moment. What I would like you to do is pause the video, FOIL this out for me, show all your work. I'll explain why in a moment. Please pause the video. Thank you for pausing the video. Hope that was just a little review. I FOILed, combined the center terms, ended at 10x squared minus 43x minus 9. FOILed, combined the center terms, ending at negative 12x squared plus 29x minus 14. I'm hoping that was just a simple review. Now we're going to start working backwards again. One more time, please FOIL showing all your work. And as we go through this, this is the answer we are going to go for. So I'm going to FOIL. I like to show all my work. You'll see why in a moment. It'll be very helpful if you have all of your work separated, shown. Now I'm going to combine my like terms, and I end with 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. So in your homework, those are the type of math problems you're going to get. We're going to start with this. Again, my first question will be, can I make it simpler? Is there a greatest common factor for A, B, and C? Oh, there's my A, my B, and my C. No, I can't make it simpler. Okay, we're going to kind of be using the X, but we're going to kick it up a notch because notice that our A is not 1. So we can't just simply dive into the X. I'll show you in a minute. Instead, we're going to make a little table after asking, can we make it simpler? You are going to find factors of A times C that have a sum of B. So when I look at this original problem, we know A equals 6, B equals 17, C is 5. So I need factors of A and C. So I will take 6 times 5 equals 30. So I need factors of 30 that create a sum of B. Just as we begin, I'm going to model by showing all my numbers. Our product is positive. That means we multiplied by 2 positive numbers to get a positive sum. So I could have 1 times 30. 1 plus 30 is 31. That is not 17. That will not work. 2 times 15, well, 2 plus 15 is 17. That is the pair of factors I am looking for. Okay, what you will do now is remember standard form. We will go back to our original. My A term is 6x squared. My C term was positive 5. Now, we broke apart the B. To get to 17, we knew we had, oh, my apologies on that, sorry. We had 2x plus 15x. The B, the center term right here, are those two together. I realize this sounds like a lot of gibberish. Hang in there. We're back to what we were doing before. Asking myself, can I make it simpler? No, there is not a number that goes into all 4. Next, remember we would group. So I will group the first 2 terms together. Now we will do our greatest common factors. So 2x is my greatest common factor, leaving me with 3x plus 1. Here, my greatest common factor is 5, leaving me with 3x plus 1. Not sure where my highlighter rolled off to. Just a moment. Sorry about that. I found it. I hope you remember why I wanted my highlighter. I get kind of excited because why? I have a set of identicals. 3x plus 1 is identical to 3x plus 1, so I get to celebrate with my highlighter. Now we will combine, I'm going to have to write it over here, my apologies, the greatest common factors together from here and here, and one set of identical. 3x plus 1. That's my identical. Well, if I look at where we just ended, comparing it to where we started, we have gone in a full circle. I asked that we go in a full circle so that you could see what we are trying to do. This is very similar as the x. Our b term would go here, but here we would have the ac term. And then you would go down to the 3 steps. I would challenge you to re-watch this video one time to see if this makes some sense before we dive into more problems.